this year could be one of the worst years we've ever seen.
Brand new nets, 9 holes in just 3 weeks.
Just underneath this boat, a 3.2 metre great white.
The threat is closer than ever, but what our expert has to say could save your life. 9 News, tonight.
Airline catering staff arrested over a drug smuggling racket. Inquest finally confirms a missing woman was murdered. Sydney warned of a rise in shark attacks this summer. Footy fever gathers pace ahead of a Sydney showdown. And Australia's Toni Collette steals the show at the Emmys.
This is 9 News with Peter Overton.
The very word shark is enough to terrify most of us. Last season there was a record number of attacks, and now there's a disturbing warning that this year will be even worse.
The location, Palm Beach. Time, midday, and we're tracking south in the Surfwatch helicopter.
Contact centre 125.
Around the headland, and this is what the pilot is looking for.
For baitfish, we usually see sharks in and around within about 500 metres.
Schools like this attract a feeding frenzy. We know this year their numbers have increased, but are they being followed?
I can't believe what we've seen in the last 3 days. We've seen 4 major predatory sharks. Great white, about 3.2 metres in the nets off freshwater. We've seen a tiger shark in the nets off Longreef. We've seen another 2 great whites, 1.5 and 2.2 metre off Newport and Avalon.
Last year's roll call of victims: Paul de Gelder, Glenn Orgis, Andrew Lindop.
But with so many bait fish out there and so many sharks building up over the last couple of years, my greatest concern is that this year could be one of the worst years we've ever seen.
Over the next 2 months, great whites will migrate north towards Newcastle. They're what's known as an apex predator, top of the food chain.
We think that the population is increasing as a result of the protection. They would definitely be coming up and down past Sydney, all the time.
The government is worried enough to prepare an education campaign for next month.
Since the end of commercial fishing in the harbour, there has been, we believe, larger volumes of fish and therefore more sharks attracted.
The advice: don't swim at dusk and dawn and stay away from bait fish. So that's what's out there, but what's between us and them? Well, Sydney does have shark nets, and in the one just underneath this boat, it caught a 3.2 metre great white only 3 days ago. Now, Freshwater Beach is only 200 metres that way. We toured what turned out to be a shredded net, 9 large holes in less than 50 metres, and they've only been in for 3 weeks.
Now, they just haven't been snapped. A lot of them look like they've been chewed through.
The minister couldn't explain the number of holes, but says the nets will be repaired.
These nets are meant to act as a psychological barrier, not as a physical barrier.
Each net is only 150 metres long. They don't go from top to bottom, and sharks are not the only victims. But before they went in, there was an average of 1 fatality a year.
In my opinion, if you want to be safe, the safest place is to swim at a netted beach.
Denham Hitchcock, 9 News.